I'm 62 years old and I've seen a lot of changes in the world, a lot of changes in America, a lot of changes all over this planet politically. And I have been watching and listening to an awful lot of what's going on in the United Kingdom. And it's sad and it stresses me out. And I know you folks that live in the United Kingdom are stressed out. Listen, in 2005, I went to London. I was working as a federal agent with an Inspector General office out of Washington, D.C. at the time. And I went to do work with the British Transport Police and the New Scotland Yard as a result of your own terrorist attacks that occurred in the subway and on the buses. And it was a terrible situation. But that was the first time that I realized there was something really terrible taking place, but besides the obvious, in the United Kingdom. Now, back in the 1980, I was a paratrooper in the U.S. Army, and I had spent a lot of time in Europe. I was stationed in West Germany. I traveled throughout France and various other countries in Europe. So I was able to determine a great difference even back in 2005. And the story was pretty simple. I wasn't married at the time. I was in between marriages, and my girlfriend had loaned me her camera. I forgot the charger, I think it was. So I go walking out of the hotel, and I go down the street, just you know, traipsing along, looking for a place to buy a charger for this particular camera. And within a few blocks, I remember thinking, "Holy shit, man! This is literally like being in downtown Baghdad." I was amazed. I mean, hard looks, rude behavior toward me. I mean, I was the only cracker walking down that street, and it was just nothing but burkas. Oh, wow, you're a racist. You got something? No, I'm talking about what happened, and it's reality. Reality is much more important than feelings for any liberals that might be watching. So, fast forward to what's going on today, and I watch, what is it, GBN, Great Britain News. What a great channel, man. That's like my number one channel to go to these days. But I've been watching a lot of that, and I watch a lot of vloggers who walk around various parts. I just watched one from a guy that walks around in Liverpool, but various parts of the United Kingdom, Ireland, and shows just how terrible it is. And there's an awful lot of videos of people that are they want to escape the UK. Get out while you can. You know, it's the end of the world. Look how shitty it is. Look at Stammer and how fucked up he is. All of which is true. I mean, Stammer should be locked up. I mean, what a punk. What an absolute traitor to the United Kingdom, in my humble opinion. But listen, it's not like I haven't experienced it and Americans haven't experienced it. And that's the whole point of the video, is I want to inspire you, those of you who are able to be inspired, just a little bit. You cannot give up hope. Apathy will kill you. Apathy will kill your country. Apathy will be the end of the once mighty British Empire. Um, Empire, it's not even an empire anymore, of the mighty Great Britain. But listen, you all just watched the United States of America, arguably the strongest country on the planet, come one election away from total and permanent destruction. Make no mistake about it, had Trump not won this election, America would be over, completely over. And look at all of I don't have to explain to you why that is. You know, the cancer of liberalism, this whole cancerous concept of globalization, multiculturalism, it's all absolute cancer to any free people or the concept of freedom. And America, sadly, has, through our liberals, our Democrats, have exported that crap all around the world to the point where you got people in Kathmandu learning about how to be transvestites and, you know, contraceptives and all this other crap that these anti-American, anti-religion, evil people on the left, they want to spread that shit around. And it's destroying your country. Open borders, what a joke, what an absolute joke. The very countries that the United Kingdom supports so strongly, they want to support Ukraine and send tons of money to Ukraine. Talk about sending British young men and women to die for Ukraine, and all because they want to support the sovereignty of Ukraine. wanting Ukraine to have respected and strong borders while their very own borders are non-existent. And they welcome in everybody from everywhere, knowing that to destroy their own country, they need to dilute it. And that's what they're doing. So the point I'm trying to make to you folks is, don't give up. Don't despair. Don't give in. Don't just say, hey, man, it's over. You use your American brothers and sisters as an example that you can get right up to the edge of destruction and save yourself. How are you going to do it? I don't really know, man, but you guys have to find your own Trump. You have to find him. You have to stay active. If you feel depressed and stressed about what's happening and you're not active to do something about it, then you are part of the problem. You're adding to the destruction of your country. Well, what did you do, Mike? I stood with President Trump on January 6th. I had people, friends, neighbors, family telling me I was a domestic terrorist because I was standing there with my flag and my megaphone, and it was the proudest moment of my life, and I have no regrets about it. My wife and daughter were with me, and we would have done it again. I marched on the Virginia Capitol to protect the rights of our Second Amendment, right to carry weapons and firearms. And I stood with thousands, and all of this was on my YouTube channel that was very active, that got shut down by the commies that run YouTube, the people that shut everything down because they want to silence free speech. But yeah, I had a very active channel, very active, and all of those videos were up there. I was with thousands of armed people, heavily armed people, and not one bit of violence, and not one gum wrapper on the ground, not one foul word spoken. Just a very patriotic group of Americans who stood up for their rights and would stand up for their rights. Now, I know you guys are unarmed, but think about it. When these assholes started pushing all of this crap, like these vaccinations and all this other murderous crap, if every right-minded British person had taken to the streets and shut that fucking country down, there would have been more of you than your weak military. Sadly, your military is not what it used to be. They couldn't have stopped you. You could have brought that economy to a halt if every swinging dick went out there and stood up for what you believe in. You cannot sit in your apartment or your flat or whatever the hell you call it and wring your hands and gnash your teeth and say goodbye to the United Kingdom. You've got to get involved. Well, are you promoting violence? I'm not promoting violence, but I also don't condone silence. They'll put us in jail if we say the wrong thing on Facebook. Fuck that, then go to jail. They can't lock everybody up. That's something you have to remember. They only do what you allow them to do. These people are the weakest people on earth, just like the Democrats in America. They're the weak Obamas and the weak Clintons and all these other weak people that wouldn't fucking last 5 seconds in a real world scenario. You've got the power, you've got the voice, you've got the might, you've got the will. You've got to keep the hope and fight for the United Kingdom, goddammit. Don't give in. That's my message to you. God bless the United States of America, and God bless the United Kingdom. Save it.